Hi everybody, welcome. We're going to be having a quick look at the weapons you can get from some of the amiibo in Breath of the Wild, like Fierce Deity Sword, Biggoron Sword, there we go, Goddess Sword, just to see whether or not they are really worth getting. We're going to be looking through them in the order of game release, starting with what is just called Sword from the 8-bit amiibo. I do cut quite a bit. Every hit I do is shown, but it might be fast forwarded or in between things happening. There we go. I might just cut out any running around. And we'll just be seeing, there we go, that's now broken, how much damage a weapon can do before it breaks. So the sword apparently did, so you can see how much damage he's got left over, 1178. So he did 322 damage. It's got an attack of 22, so 14 hits, and it broke. Next we go on to the Biggoron Sword. This was an arse to get, and I mean, so I nearly gave up trying to get it. It took that long. Mipha's Grace is ready. Get used to that, it happens a few times. This has got a long throw, so again 50 damage, so we'll see how well this does. But yeah, this one took the longest of all of them to get. Seriously, I nearly gave up trying to get it just because it took so long. I did, for some reason I got the Goddess Sword and apparently I forgot to save it, so I had to try and get that one again. For this we're not going to be looking at any of the like costumes or anything like that about their upgrade. So there's one of those dead before it broke, so that's 1500 damage done there. Woot. So I go find a new one. So it's just going to be the weapons, a shield and a bow and arrow as well. See which ones are worth getting. This one, ow, I suck at this game, I really do. I tried, but I just don't think I really now play it enough to sort of practice everything to get good. I cope. I do okay. Another one of those dead. I can do the beam deflect thingy with the shields. I haven't perfected it, but I've gotten okay, and even then I have to be actually stood in the right place. As soon as they're a little bit further out or too far in, I just fail. So I just fail generally, really. But we're still going with the Biggoron Sword. And some of these do have attack bonuses or durability bonuses, but I will let you know what they are. I couldn't find any durability formulas or anything to actually work out how much extra durability it gives you. So once that I've just got a durability up, I will just have to work it out damage wise as it is, and it'll just be a case of, but it has durability up. So I couldn't actually say if it didn't have durability up, this is what it would have done, because I just could not find a formula. And there we go, the Biggoron Sword has finally broken. We'll see how much damage he's got left. What was it? I don't know, 1,000 left-ish, I think it was. So in total, it did 3,000 damage, which equated to 60 hits before it broke. There we go. One beam deflection. Lovely jubbly. So now we are moving on to the Fierce Deity Sword from the Majora's Mask Link. The Biggoron Sword came from regular Link. This is from the Majora's Mask Link. I won't be keeping the Fierce Deity uniform equipped because you get an attack bonus, and that would skew the stats. So I thought this would be an interesting time to try out the Majora's Mask a little bit more, run around without getting spotted, cause some havoc, but that kind of quickly went downhill because I got spotted. So, note to self, Majora's Mask doesn't work against the Guardians. Would have been handy to know that sooner, but what the hell, what can you do? So, this is one of the durability up weapons. It's got the silver one. It's still got a 60 damage output, which is quite handy. Again, it's another... Most of the weapons are two-handed big sword ones, so I do prefer the one-handed ones, but hey, a high-powered two-handed weapon always goes down well. And there's one of those dead. Yahoo. So now I've got to go and run off and find someone else to kick in the ass. So I picked him. And we're off again. See how I don't know why they just suddenly start shooting all that stuff all over the place. I mean, you know, whatever keeps them happy before they go and boom. Boom, there it is. I knew it was around there somewhere. And now we're on to another Walking Guardian. See how many hits we can get on this before he goes kaboom as well. I don't know how many of these I actually killed. I'm trying to multitask here. I've got several windows open with all the stats and figures, and plus I've got the video playing and all that to talk about what's going on. So I'm flicking between multiple screens, and I'm really not very good at multitasking. That's partly why I'm not very good at the LPs I've been doing. I can't multitask, it's too difficult. Trying to think of stuff to say while you're watching and playing stuff. Harder than it looks. Well, for me it is. Does that... Oh no, badly damaged. So, still not broken. Again, don't forget this is durability up, so it is lasting slightly longer than it should be lasting. There we go. So that's the Fierce Deity Sword broken. Let's see. So that killed all of those. I think I worked out in total it did 2,720. So slightly less than the Biggoron Sword, but seeing as the Fierce Deity Sword had... Miiver's ready. Seeing as that the Fierce Deity Sword had enhanced durability, it still did less damage, 45 hits on average. So now we are onto the Sea Breeze Boomerang, which is gotten from the Wind Waker link. I think Toon Link Amiibo gives it to you as well. So either one you can use to get it. And that's that broken as well. What did that have? That had an attack up 12. So it should have been 20 attack. It actually had 32. Did 492 damage. Should have done 306 if it didn't have the attack boost. 15 hits before it broke. Now we're on to the Hero's Shield. This you get from the Toon Zelda Amiibo. So all I'm really going to do is just to see how many beams it can deflect before it breaks. That's the second one. 3, 4, and as it's now playing regularly, it's probably going to be 5. So it did 5 hits before it broke, and that was the end of that. My good old Hylian Shield. Oh, that's it. We're moving on to one of the most badass looking weapons, the Sage of the Six. Paths of the Six Sages, whatever it was called, I can't remember. From the Ganondorf Amiibo. What did this have? Anything? This had an attack plus 19. Should have had 48, actually had 67. So, I mean, it's such a badass looking weapon. This is worth getting pretty much just for the badass look of it, really. Oh, is it going to break, or is this a deaded? Deaded! That's him out. Although I am doing all the, my regular attack is to do 2 hits, jump in the air, and then do a down strike, hitting him on the way down, and then hitting the floor does a double strike. So it just seems to be a good way to get a second set of attacks in quickly. I don't know if that does anything... Oh, that's him dead as well. If doing that is affecting the durability, or the damage output, or what, I don't know, but pinch of salt with these, really. So it's just a sort of a rough idea thing. So... it's doing a good enough job. So now we're on to another walker. So again with this, attack up 19, doing 67 damage a hit. Badly damaged, and there we go, it broke. So that was quite a bit of damage. What's his leftover health? 498 or something like that. So it's a walker dead, a stationary dead, and then that. So that's 2,502 damage in total. I think that should have been 590. Was it? I don't know. But it did a lot of damage. 37 hits before it broke. Now we're on to the Twilight Bow. This is awesome. I think you might be able to see it at some point. The range on it is insane. I think it's even longer than the Ancient Bow. But it might have already shown when I was looking at the chart. But it actually has infinite arrows. It only shoots out light arrows, and it's an infinite number of them. So this has got durability up, but as you'll soon be seeing, the number of arrows I shoot with this is just insane, and the range is even more. Here we go. Now I just start messing around with some range. See, got him all the way over there, and I shoot a lot of arrows, as you'll be seeing. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to actually show you every single attack I do, just to show you how many attacks you can actually do with this damn thing before it breaks. Yeah, see, I'm getting him from all over there. The range on this thing's amazing. So this is definitely, it's from the Zelda Amiibo, definitely worth getting. It only does 30 attack, so maybe getting, I don't know if attack up would be better for a slight boost, or durability, because 30 is a alright number in itself. I'm getting quite a lot of them, but still firing arrows and causing chaos. So there might be stronger bows like the Savage Lionel bows and all that sort of thing, but in terms of range, it's got to have the crown. Yeah, I just decided to have a little bit of fun, put on the barbarian outfit and just go for it. Causing chaos all the way. I think I decided I've had enough of over there, and then go over here. Oh, I've changed my uniform. just because. Oh, I'm hungry. So here we go, loads more attacks. I get blown up because I'm that good. Is that another one dead? Yep, that's another one dead. And then we're on to another one. See, it just keeps going and going and going. I think we're going to have another fast forward bit in a minute, and I haven't counted how many shots I've actually done, because I think if you hit them in the eye it does double damage and all that malarkey, so it would be, I'm not going to go through and count every single hit I do and all that. And there's another one down, and it hasn't even come up that the bow is weakened. See, that's it, I actually gave up because I think we're on to the Goddess Sword now from the Skyward Sword Amiibo. I actually just had enough. It was fun, but enough was enough, so I thought it's not even in a weakened durability state, so just move on. And that's after all those attacks. So we're now on to the Goddess Sword. What's this got? This has got an attack up as well. Attack up 17, should have been 28, is actually 45. So for some reason I didn't work out for the Sword of the Six Ages, although that had an attack up, I thought I'd worked out the amount of damage. It should have done, I don't know, 37 times 48, so someone could work that out for me. Actually, while I'm just beating up these Guardians, let's just have a quick look. I've got my calculator, so it should have had an attack of 48, and apparently it did 37.3 hits, which 1,790 rather than 2,502 actually did while I was recording. So it's still a fair amount of damage, but it just looks badass. What we've got here, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, is he already broken? Goddess Sword broke. There we go. So that was 950 damage in total, 21.1 hits. Should have done 591 if it didn't have the boost. So now we're just, because I had that really awesome Hylian Shield, I just thought, how many beams can it deflect before it breaks? So I thought I'd test it. So I got into a good position. Well, I've got two of those things firing at me. A few hits get through, but eventually I get into a good place and that is it. They just go for it. So yeah, I just stand there and take as many as I can before it breaks. But in terms of what we're actually here for the Amiibo, oh, here we go. Probably going to break. Boom, bang. There we go. 21 beams. Well, the 21st beam destroyed it. So that's how many the Hylian Shield can deflect. I did have the whatever it was called plus 45 bonus on it, so it actually had 135 rather than 90, which was awesome, but it's still, the durability was the same, so that was that. But in terms of the actual Amiibo, I'd probably say the only one that is really worth getting would be the definitely the Twilight Bow. The Biggoron Sword would be if it wasn't such an arse to get, it just took so long, but the Sword of the Six Ages, it just looks so awesome. So probably that one, and maybe the Fierce Deity Sword. The others, well, certainly the Sword, the Sea Breeze, and the Goddess Sword, no. They don't do enough damage, and they're just not worth it. So that's about it, really. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.